Good afternoon. Today is October 7th, 2010. Welcome to the Andre Lounge. I am Andre. Today I've decided to give you guys a quick update as to what I've been doing. I haven't done an Andre Lounge in quite some time for two reasons. First and foremost, I've had like video block or something. I didn't have anything that really got to me. One of my viewers of the Andre Lounge wanted me to do one that talked about religion. They wanted my views on my own personal faith as well as the church. And I'll do my best to try not to offend anyone, but you know, you know how religion is. It's one of those touchy subjects, but here goes. My own personal belief in religion, I was raised in the Methodist Church. Um, I do believe in God. And I believe in God based on my own personal experiences with God. As far as what I've been through in my own personal life and where I've come from. I can only tell you that it is my belief that I could not have done it without Him. If you are a person who do not believe in God or whatever, that's your business. I'm not here to judge you. Um, let's see. What else? Let's see. Okay. As far as what I believe in Christianity, just in general, I think that there's a lot of messed up things within the church. I'm not directing that at any particular church, but just churches in general. My belief in Christianity is you go out in the world and you go out in the world and you tell everybody the works of God. I don't think that is what's happening in the church. I think that what happens in the church is that, and maybe not just in church, but just everyday life, we judge. And I think that that's a very, very bad thing. If your job as a Christian is to go out in the world and tell everyone about the work of the Lord, you cannot be in a capacity to judge one another. So I think that's one of the things that the church must stop doing. They say they don't, but in my experience, they do. Um, None of us are perfect, and I don't think that God expects us to be perfect. I think that what God expects His Christian people to do is to try and live a life as close to as Jesus as we could. And in light of all the technology, all the access to bad material that we have, from the foods we eat to the lifestyles we live, I think the God I serve understands temptation. You know, um, and one prime example, or one big issue that I have with the church is how the church takes a stance against homosexuality. I'm not saying that it's necessarily good in God's eye, and I'm not saying it's necessarily bad in God's eye, but what I am saying is that if someone is prescribed to a lifestyle that you don't agree with, if your job as a Christian is to promote and grow the church and tell everybody about the Lord's good work, how is condemning a person who does not subscribe to your particular lifestyle, how's that helping the dialogue? I don't think it is. I think that we need to look at one another, love each other no matter what, and maybe if we don't necessarily agree with what they do, then we can still love them and maybe slowly but surely start a dialogue and maybe show them a different way of life. But to sit there and just condemn and say gay people or whatever the case, or people that have abortions are going to hell, that's not necessarily good. The Bible I read says that he who is without sin cast the first stone, and we are all imperfect. Um, but the gist of it, I just think that we just need to learn to love each other as we would ourselves, and just try to put God in everything that we do. Love Him with all our heart, mind, body, and soul. And I think that if we do all that, then everything else will fall into place. I hope that helps someone out there. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/the Andre Lounge. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.